Oh, you know I had to cut the music a little short because I don't want to get flagged. I don't want this video taken down. Apologies. Rocking out to some Larry June. That's sometimes what albums will make you do. The new album, sometimes it just make you want to listen to just the other stuff or the old stuff. You never know. Just the stuff, you know? But it's night two of the CREATE-A-THON. Am I on? I think so. Yes. Welcome to the second night of Camp's CREATE-A-THON, the giveaway. 247 subscribers. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't change the chart, but you still can look at the chart. You dig? Oh, shoot. Okay. Here we go. 247 that's where we at. So almost at 250. You see it. Like it's highlighted almost enough. You know, we need 3 more before we get that first winner. And I definitely hope y'all you stay tuned. You subscribe, you tell somebody to subscribe, because once we hit 250, that register to win link that's in the comment section of wherever you are, that will be your way to register to win. There will be winners, okay? There will be service prizes. There will be product prizes. And I'm going to make sure that those things happen at a very timely manner, okay? So you make sure you tune into that. Again, man, the CREATE-A-THON is night 2. A lot of music stuff to talk about. Just the music talk. Just the music is what we're going to talk about today. As you can see, I mean, hey, look, it was only Sunday, but a lot has happened in the last 48 hours and some change. Numbers are in, and I got some numbers for y'all, because I see the conversations, and I'm not here for all the goofy stuff. I'm not here to challenge how woke you are or are not. We're not going to do all that. I'm not going to get into the symbolism. We're not going to do all that. This is not a conspiracy theorist CREATE-A-THON or channel, you know. I might do that once in a while, but with some other stuff, maybe exclusively for Patreon, because I got some wild things that I like to say, and I don't want to be compromised in my language and my delivery. But before we get deep into it, that's what she said. Made in the 1980s. Made in the 1980s. That is the name of the podcast that happens on this YouTube channel every Saturday. Every week it happens. Friday morning is when the episodes drop. Saturday mornings exclusively on YouTube, the video versions, okay? Man, we sound old. The episode that is live right now, in the latest episode right now, I'm already at 40 plus, man. You know what I'm saying? We might hit 100 episodes this year. I don't know. I might double up. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it is. But I look forward to bringing you that content. You know what I'm saying? When you check it out. Wherever you listen to podcasts is where Made in the 1980s is. If you only want to listen exclusively on YouTube, you can do that as well. If you want to join tonight's conversation in the CREATE-A-THON, I've posted the link to join this stream. Now, I hope that you can talk. I hope that you speak well and speak clearly. Please don't hop on this live if your kids is yelling in the back, okay? Please don't hop on this live if you don't have your man or your woman in check and they're asking, who the F is you talking to? We don't need any problems like that. We are here to talk music. We are also going to get into the Larry June and 2 Chainz album produced by Alchemist. I have a not so hot take about Alchemist. I can't wait to share with y'all later in this live. But since it's a few minutes and I see people falling in, let's get right to the content, man. Let's get right to it. Hey, Super Bowl halftime show. What you think? What I think is that this was a very dope show. Okay, look, Kendrick Lamar did the Apple Music Super Bowl halftime performance, And I want to keep it strictly at the music. So song selection, performance, and things of that nature, right? I've seen a lot of takes, seen a lot of narratives. I don't agree with a lot of them, but let's just stick to the music, right? So the first thing I definitely do want to say, from strictly a performance aspect, I don't think I've seen an audience more engaged with a Super Bowl performance than they were for this one. Okay. I don't think you can point to a time where a crowd has been this engaged. And I know exactly what y'all about to say. Oh, but what about when all the kids ran to the stage when Mike was doing it? That was a thing. That's not. I'm not saying that that's not a thing, but you couldn't hear people singing Black or White. You didn't hear anybody but the choir and Mike singing Heal the World. Oh, but what about when the purple rain started falling from the sky and it was landing on people as he was, I get that. But have you ever heard the crowd over the vocals? When an A minor hits, when a mustard hits, when They Not Like Us hits, you could hear regular patrons during that time. I've never seen anything like that. And I'm not about to cap and sit here and act like I have, because I have not. I've never seen a Super Bowl halftime performance where the crowd is louder than the band, than the artist, than the production. They were louder than the production sound system. You haven't seen that before. Show me where it is. I'll gladly concede. Shout out to Amanda. She just checked in. She just checked in on the Kendrick joint. She said, I loved it. We as a nation needed it. You know, I've been seeing that take, and I'm not going to step on that take at all. I think it was important. I think it was important because Trump was in the building. Old Donnie T brought his orange self right on out there. First time I ever seen the president at the Super Bowl, and I think that was accurate. And you look at the world and where it is, and all the statements that were made. I mean, again, I'm not here to beat y'all to death with all of the symbolism. I'm not here to do that. I love the fact that Sam Jackson was a part of this. That's Uncle Sam. I love that. I love the interludes into this, and his talking points. I love the fact that Serena was a part of this performance, not because she was Drake's ex, but she's from Compton. That was the first time mainstream media saw Crip walking without a Snoop song playing. You know what I'm saying? But this was definitely one of the rare moments in time where you could almost say, like, wow, you know what? I was there. That this is one of those, that Super Bowl halftime performance was one of those, hey, I was there moments. And I think that's how we should gauge this. He created a moment. Now, before I get into this, I do want to say, y'all got it. Oh, my man Wang is checking in. He says, I gotta see this. I came to apologize to Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones. All right. I'm curious to see what that's about. I'm sure it's about something about Kendrick, but we'll talk about it. Hopefully he'll join it, and we can have that conversation as well. Hey, look, y'all got it. Because I see my post from last year is getting new engagement. Hey, y'all got it. Whoever's in your top 3 and top 5, you got it for the Super Bowl halftime performances. But I'm going to tell you, for me, in 2025, after what I saw last night and what we've seen the last, I'll say 7 years, I do not have Michael Jackson and I do not have Prince as the top 2 Super Bowl halftime performances ever. I do not have them there. I am a bigger Michael Jackson fan than most of y'all that will tune in tonight or ever. I mean, way bigger Michael Jackson fan than all of y'all. I do not have him as number 1. I do not have Prince as number 2. I don't. Prince was never in my top 5. for Super Bowl halftime performances. He was never there. So I'm with it. So, but whatever y'all say, whatever you say, because this ain't rage bait, this ain't clickbait. All y'all doing, from my perspective, is telling me the biggest names in music ever and saying that they just got to be number one. People are calling Kendrick Lamar's performance boring when the only thing that y'all have highlighted about Prince's performance is that purple rain fell from the sky. That's the only thing that y'all have propped up as a reason why it's number one or two. Sorry, that don't do it for me. I got mics way above that. JT and Janet, my man Jawad just chimed in and tuned in. JT and Janet, hey, and not for nothing. Had he not done bad by Janet, I'd put that one higher because it was actually fire. It was actually fire. Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. That year, I think it was Maroon 5 and Missy. I got that one really high. That Usher one is still really high to me. Bruno and Beyonce by herself. That's 4. And listen, because Bruno did it twice, right? I can make a case for Bruno need to be in that 10 twice. Just being honest with you. Beyonce, I think, was on there twice. She should be in there. Hey, that year when the Shakira was in the mic at the camera, hey, listen, I don't know what you into. I don't know what you like. But hey, I got that pretty high. You dig what I'm saying? But hey, somebody got to be 6. Somebody's got to be 6. And somebody's got to be 9. And somebody's got to be 11 or 13. It's got to happen. But y'all got it. I'm not going back and forth with nobody about my Super Bowl halftime placement. I'm just going to say respectfully, because it's been 30 years now. It's been 30 years, if not more. Mike and Prince are not at the top 1 and 2. They're just not there anymore. It's fine. It's okay. That don't mean Michael Jackson is not the greatest. Because remember, hey, he's the original bar. It wasn't until Michael Jackson did a Super Bowl halftime show that people felt that they had to go all out for a Super Bowl halftime show. So off the rip for that, he's in my 5. I just don't think he's number 1 anymore. That's all. I got Prince at maybe 10. Maybe 10. But I digress. Let's get into the music. Let's get into what this is. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, hey, but listen. Yes, because Amanda's right. Hey, Kendrick Lamar's views beat Michael Jackson's views. And let me talk to the dinosaurs real quick. We get it because YouTube counts, right? And there's more humans and TVs or whatever, but you can't deny this. Hey, I woke up and watched the halftime performance again the next morning. So spare you the suspense. No spoiler needed. This Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl halftime show was incredible. It was a really incredible show. It was dope. It was simplistic. It was highly visual. It was infectious. And those are the things that I like to see from any performance. I can tell by the way many of you are talking about this that you have never been to a Kendrick Lamar show. Like, did y'all think he was going heel toe out there? Did you think that he was going to bust the latest TikTok dance? You thought he was about to activate his hips and push his ass out? What did you expect? He's not a dancer. He's a rapper. That's what he does. And I mean, I thought he was grooving out there. He had this joint going, you know what I'm saying? He was getting it off. Pause. So I don't know what y'all were expecting. But let's tackle some takes. Let's humbly accept it. Hey, yo, Yeah, I gotta know what Wang and Jones over here talking about. It's got to be around this performance. But while I'm doing that, let's talk song selection, because I wanted to do this and I wanted to do this right. Because the main knock I saw was Kendrick didn't play his hits. Right? That's what I was that's what I saw here, right? So, hey, listen, because I don't listen to humans too much, because humans will lie. Humans will tell you something different. Hey, listen, I also am a stickler for numbers, facts, analytics, and proven. And in this research, in this due diligence, I confirmed what I knew all along. And now, even tonight, I'm going to explain Drake's arrogance to you, into why this is how big it is. That's what she said. Jones, when you say top 5 greatest of all time, I know you're talking Kendrick Lamar, but are you talking rapper, Super Bowl performance, or both? Because knowing you're saying both. But let's talk about it. So let me get back to this. Man, the cart before the horse. Slow down. Hey, I get you, right? So look, let's keep it a buck, because, hey, and if you want to fact check me, visit billboard.com. That's cite my source. It's billboard.com, and it is what it is. So, how many hits did Kendrick perform? Well, in short, he performed all of his biggest records to date, minus one. Here are what the numbers say. People were mad that he chose Squabble Up. Squabble Up debuted number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Didn't expect to hear Euphoria because, it's a diss track, things of that nature. Hey, number 3 on the Billboard charts is where that debuted. Yes. So all of his diss tracks charted. All of them. Humble is actually his first solo number 1. Sasha, Dwayne, what up? It was number 1 on the Hot 100. DNA, number 4. That also played that night. Number 4 on the Hot 100. That's where it peaked. I'm giving you all the peak positions. So again, Squabble Up, number 1 is his peak. Euphoria, 3, peak. Humble, 1, peak. DNA, 4, peak. All the stars, peak. Number 7 on the Hot 100, and it was 5 on the Hip Hop R&B and 3 on Rhythmic Billboard. So, hey, listen, All the Stars with SZA, I know y'all want to hear something else, but that's literally one of Kendrick's biggest songs. It's there. It's just the facts. Luther, I know. I thought it was gas on it too, but you know what? Debuted at number 1. Debuted at number 1. It's been a number 1 record on the Hip Hop 100, Hip Hop and R&B. I'm sorry, number 1 for Hip Hop and R&B, but number 7 on the Hot 100. That's where it was. And I was taught in radio, anything in the top 10, anything within that 10 is a hit record. It's when you get to 10 to 15 and 20 and on down is when it's like, maybe it's cool. But when you're in the top 10, whether you land there or you peak there, that means you have a hit record. And that's what that is. Man at the Garden. Hey, listen, Nas, salute to Nas. Man at the Garden. I seen people going crazy about how that wasn't no hit, now that wasn't on there. Man at the Garden debuted at number 9 and peaked at number 9 on the Hot 100. That's where it was. TV Off peaked at number 2, Hot 100. And Not Like Us, his biggest hit to date, biggest hit ever, 21 weeks at number 1. Those are the stats. He played all the hits. He played them all. I know what you about to say. I got you. Check this out as I pick my phone right back up. Let's talk about the songs you like now. Let's talk about the last time you listened to Kendrick Lamar, because people will have you believing that he just abandoned his audience and that he didn't play the hits and he didn't do this, that, and the third. And this is not the truth. Why? Peak positions. Let me talk to you. Peak positions for Kendrick Lamar records that y'all know y'all wanted to hear, and he didn't play on Sunday. Swimming pools. Peak position, 17. Money trees, my personal favorite. And J-Rock smoked them on. Peaked at 19. Cap on Drake, unless he's talking about another song, Poetic Justice. Peak position, Hot 100, 26. One song he left off that probably could have made it over Man at the Garden, Backseat Freestyle. But guess what? Peak position, number 6. Love. What urban radio station wouldn't play in it? To Death, peaked at 11. Loyalty, 14. I hear y'all joint because this even got the remix. Bitch, don't kill my vibe. That and the remix with Jay-Z. You know what the peak position of Don't Kill My Vibe is? 32. 32. And that was the one that pushed the album. Good Kid, Mad City, by the way, for those of you just tuning in. Just getting aware of who Kendrick Lamar is. That's what it is. New Freezer, the joint with Homie. He the feature on. He took A$AP Ferg and all them off of it. 41. Schoolboy Q and Kendrick Collard Greens, 92. Peak position. Dedication. Nipsey Hussle, R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle. 93. That's the peak position. And now y'all hip. Here's y'all joint. I know y'all wanted to hear this last night because I saw this. All Right didn't play. All Right didn't play because the peak position was 81 when it dropped. 81. The first original single for To Pimp a Butterfly. 39. King Kunta. The other song that was released as a single, and if J.R. Bain tells it right, I challenged the system at an ungodly degree by telling corporate to take me off this email. Peaked at 58. You know? So there you have it. Hey, and Jones, like that, #1 record. But you know what? Future had a little too much dip on the ship and trying to save his relationship with Drake, so that's probably why they didn't play. So all I'm saying here is Kendrick played his hits. He played his hits. And he's never going to do anything for like you or y'all or us. He do music for him. But you can't deny that this is the best set he could have put together. I just educated one of my young homies that got introduced to Kendrick on Damn to go listen to Good Kid, Mad City, and he loves the album. But see, this is the fake shit I'll be talking about. This is the fake woke. This is the fake support, because many of you, by the numbers, don't own Good Kid, Mad City. You don't. How? How could you? I got a hard copy of the album, and I should have brought it over here, but later. Y'all don't own a hard copy or a digital download of To Pimp a Butterfly. You don't. The songs would be higher. The songs would be charting higher if they were played and if they were purchased. That's how the game works. See, this is where Drake's arrogance come with. This is why Drake was so arrogant. He was like, yo, how is he going to beat me when all of his slaps ain't in the top 10? How can he compete with me when nobody's playing this shit? His words, not mine. I wouldn't expect the guy, especially if I've been 10, 15 years in, number ones, whether they've been hard or soft, whether they've been your cup of tea or your shot of whiskey, no matter what it is, Drake has put out several #1s year after year after year. And some of the songs that we herald the most as, ooh, you got to hear this from Kendrick, are not in the top 10. That is why he thought like, yo, how is this going to work? This is also the reason why you could say he's petitioning and he's suing, because it's like, oh, so now y'all propping dude up. Now you just want me out of here. Again, this is not a cape for Drake. This is just looking in hindsight and being like, okay, I get it now. That makes sense why you really thought this was a walk in the park. I mean, listen, we agree that he all lost the battle to Pusha T, but the only song that Pusha T really got on Drake's level musically is Grinding and Mercy. But this is hip hop though. And that's where the rules change. This big three talk. Hey, listen, after seeing this, I need to see other people's Billboard placings, because we got Kendrick in the big three. We talking big three. I think Wale got him beat here on the numbers. I don't know. I got to look it up to be sure. But, and this is why also a Future can hop in there and say like, yo, how y'all the big three? Like, I got more hits than both of you, Cole and Kendrick. And he's probably not wrong. I did not look, because we're here to talk Kendrick in the Super Bowl halftime performance. That was dope. That was super. That was epic. That was phenomenal. I don't want to get y'all confused here. Let me see. Now you said all right. Now you talking about the song all right. I mean, hey, listen. For me, Wang, I only count Recipe as the only song that Dr. Dre has actually done with Kendrick Lamar. And maybe I'm wrong on that, but you know, I mean, he be engineering the hell out of his albums though, but it's not necessarily like that, you know. Before 2024 and you know, Like That and Euphoria and Not Like Us, Kendrick's biggest hit was Bad Blood, the remix, which is a Taylor Swift song. And even that was months after it dropped. So again, I seeing this, I made a lot of sense. It made a lot of sense about the arrogance that was just spewing from fucking Aubrey. I'm sorry for cussing. All of the arrogance of like, yo, who is dude? This is what y'all got for me. Like, no wonder he thought he would win this. But it's awesome. It's awesome to be in this scenario, right? Because maybe the numbers don't really reflect the support. Or maybe the numbers don't reflect just how people are just anti. You know, there's also a lot of things happening at one time. Because I don't think he can get this off on 2015 Drake, or even 2017 maybe. But 2024 one is the right one to play it with, because he's on the downs, he's on the ropes, he's gotten too comfortable where he is. He's literally doing anything. And now we're not impressed. We're not so impressed. So now here is the time for the marathon, the longevity to take place and move forward, which I totally understand. That makes perfect sense to me. So I just wanted to answer that for the people that were like, oh, well, Kendrick didn't play any slaps. He didn't play his hits. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And I know, hey, listen, I worked in radio. Jones worked in radio. We got a lot of this where records come through on emails and they just get pushed. You know, your relationship, and this is some game for some of you young artists out there and some of you aspiring people to be in the music industry. You guys don't understand that a big part of this is relationships. Sometimes the record rep that's just coming into the market is so cool that the radio station gonna play the record. You know, sometimes an artist meet and greet will be the reason why an artist is played or not, or what they get a show or not, or if they welcome back to the city or not. I sat on a radio station and There was an email that came down that said, we're going to play Beyonce Girls Run the World back to back to back for the next hour. Present day, that is not one of the Beyonce songs that you think of when you think of her legacy. It's not in the top 10. I remember when Watch the Throne came out, working in radio. So, yeah, we about to play Otis all hour. And just off the sheer fact that we did that, people called into the station to say that they hated the record. Now, has it aged phenomenally? Yes. But look how one email sent to one program director can change the course of the programming for a show on any given day. Now, some may say, well, Kendrick don't have radio records anyway. Okay, fine. But we see that no matter what he's talking about, if we can bop to it, it's going to get played. That's what we learned all 2024. Just want to be clear on that. Roman Man Jones talking about, he said, I think 2017 Kendrick could have got it off because Damn was hot. See, yeah, in theory that sounds great, Jones, but Views is still playing over. I think that would have been a good time to attack, but however, Drake is, by 2017, Drake is like cemented. You know, that's when More Life and all that came out. And yeah, he a little bit on the ropes creatively. I won't act like that, but I mean, hey, I personally really like the More Life playlist or whatever it is. That would have been a good time, but you know what? I don't think if he had a Not Like Us, I don't think it rings off as heavy as this, especially when Fake Love is one of the songs on the album. He can repurpose it. See, that's a great counterpunch, even if it ain't meant for him. So, but I do understand what you're saying, though, because it honestly does make sense. But let's continue. Let's move forward, man. Again, Sam Jackson, the red, white, and blue. That was awesome. Serena, SZA, and Mustard. I'm so happy for DJ Mustard being able to just get out there. You know, Mustard and Metro. Mustard and Metro, the only two names you really needed to know in 2024. But always respect the Conductor and always respect the Alchemist. I got a hot take on Alchemist. It's not so hot. I can't wait for y'all to hear it. But man, Mustard and Metro ruled 2024. It was awesome to see him out there. This was on. Hey man, this was a moment. What really is the deal, man? And let's just be completely honest, because I thought this was great. This Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl halftime show was an incredible performance with incredible visuals. Again, I'll say it again. I'll say it to him blue in the face. I've never seen the crowd more engaged at a Super Bowl performance than I saw at that particular Super Bowl performance. I've never seen it. Never seen it. And that's saying a lot. Some of the biggest names in the world, some of the giants of music, all genres have performed at the Super Bowl. I've never seen the crowd more engaged than that. So why even engage with the quote white people that didn't understand what he was saying, or the black people for that matter? Don't matter. Don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely just it was a moment in time. And after I answer Jones here, we're going to talk about the rest of y'all. So Jones says, after this tour, should Dot put Not Like Us to bed? Well, here's the deal. Technically, he can't. Technically, he can't. He might, under the aspect of crush your enemy completely, but know when, to say when, know when to fall back. Maybe he should, but he can't, because right now, Jones, Not Like Us is Kendrick Lamar's biggest record of his career. He does not have a bigger record than this. Yeah, sorry, man. Dinah Thirst did not make it. It's just your favorite. Backseat Freestyle is not his biggest record. All right. Swimming Pools, none of that. None of that is his biggest record ever. This is now his Black and Yellow. See, look, we said it was his Hit 'Em Up. We said it was his No Vaseline, but now it's his See You Again. Now it's his Juicy. Now it's his Beautiful featuring Pharrell. Like, that's how big the record has gotten. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. He should, but can he is the question now. Because he got to counter it. He got to counter himself with his own slaps. Shout out to my man Doe. Because, hey, look, I made the grave mistake of trying to start watching it on Tubi. The Super Bowl was on Tubi. I don't think they're going to cut the fight scenes or something like that, the way y'all be talking about it, or just bad movie commercials or whatever. But I ended up buying YouTube TV. Got the trial run because I thought Peacock would have it. They bogus for not. I'm definitely not paying $90 to Hulu Plus Live. Cancel Christmas and Easter, and I might see you around Memorial Day. But I was not doing that. Not paying you $80. Yo, these streaming apps are getting out of hand. We must take back control. I heard Sling is the move. We're gonna investigate it. But yes. So I don't. The Super Bowl being on Tubi is wild though, and not Peacock. That's wild. What kind of money they spending over there? Oh well. But yeah, Kendrick, for me, Jones, unless the numbers come in, because it hasn't come in, like usually we're in a rush to tell, they're in a rush to tell us how much the streams are up 1,400%, and this record is number one again, or this and that, or whatever. But I haven't seen that. But they were quick to tell us that as far as the viewer count, Kendrick beat everybody. So I think that's more telling. Are we here for the music from Kendrick for real, or are we here for the moments that he's creating? Because there's something to be said about creating moments. Especially we're in the content world now. We're in the content space now. Music is microwavable, right? Everybody's making songs that are not even 3 minutes long. So many things to be said negatively about music, but he did create a content piece last night. And the images, no matter if you understood them or not, the images and the sequencing of that was really dope. It was incredible, bro. I'm not like, there's no need to cap here. And Jones, I'm surprised he hasn't went out of his way to tell y'all how much of a Kendrick fan I am not. But what's very real is that he created a moment within a moment. I mean, the Super Bowl was really over at halftime, but Kendrick created a moment within that moment, and that's awesome. So you did get to watch on Tubi, no audio issues, man. Hey, Tubi was glitching out of its mind here outside of Nashville, out of its mind, to the point where we were just like, all right, man, we're just gonna get that YouTube joint. We're gonna rock it out. Fox is buying it. Okay, I can see that. That makes sense. Fox know where the money at. They know where the money play is, huh? Tubi prices going up. Yuck. This performance will be studied in classes. Interesting. Okay. I can't say you're wrong. Because hey, it's, I think it is that there is a lot to unpack individuals. And of course, people are so fake woke or hotep, not you, Manda, but just other people, that I can tell people went back to watch it to either say they get it now, or say I don't care now, but that helps. But yes. So yeah, man. Hey, as a person who firmly embraces every era, every new artist, and at least gives them one listen before I be like, nah, I don't mess with this. I'm really happy that here we are in 2015, and this is now officially for real, like 15 or 16 years for Kendrick, because Section 8 is what, 2009, 2010? So to see how the blog era rappers, because that's just how we're defining it, right? To see them headlining the Super Bowl now, the halftime show now, like that's amazing. That's amazing. You know, for all things considered, Jay-Z won't be able to create a moment like that. And that's no disrespect to him. But you know, he and props to him for just not booking himself like out the gate, right? But I just I love the level of artistic expression. Again, whether you get it or not, I don't think that's the thing to be talking about in the first 24 hours. I think it's just registering it and realizing where you are, what you're watching, where you're watching it at. You know, excuse me. There were two black quarterbacks in a Super Bowl in New Orleans. Kendrick Lamar's headlining, and he has Sam Jackson introducing him and being a part of this. And Serena Williams is a part of this. And there's, you know, all these, and the president, which is probably the most hated being in the world right now, is in the building. And he's taking a political stance through his music and choreography. Like, whether you know the layers or not, just to know that you're watching that in that time it should be enough for you to be like, yo, that was kind of fire. At least to be like, that's kind of fire. You dig what I'm saying? Let me see. Man, I went back to watch it to understand deeper and see what may have been missed. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. I just wish Samuel L. Jackson could at least got one MF. Hey, yo. Hey, listen. That would have been epic. That would that would have stole the show. My mother is you crazy. With a Not Like Us beat drop or something like that. That was crazy. Yeah, that would have been that would have went crazy. Who let all these niggas on this Eminem field? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen. I don't care how y'all feel. When Peekaboo dropped, I almost had a seizure, cuz hey, that is the joint that and they was going crazy on that. Again, this sometimes it ain't about what you like, it's just about what you feel. And I'm just being honest with y'all. For everything that we said or we say about Kendrick, as you know, oh, him and Cole make sleepy music or whatever. Boy, did he come with the trunk rattling bangers on GNX. And Peekaboo is just peaked at 13. I just want y'all to be clear on that. So that's why I wasn't listed with the hits. You dig? But it was awesome. Hey, listen, a black man, a rapper, has the highest view halftime show, should be celebrated. Yes. Yes. And that's a great way to segue into my next subtopic, since we've passed the praise portion of the Super Bowl performance that was Kendrick Lamar's, right? Some of you are just not Kendrick fans, and that's okay. It's fine. You're not obligated to be. Nobody's making you. And just sit in that. Just be cool with that. You know, you didn't know the songs because you don't like him. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is no different from when black people said Coldplay. Why is Coldplay doing the halftime show? Because you don't know the song. Y'all only know Hips Don't Lie from Shakira. Y'all felt Missy's part should have been longer than Work It, and I'm with you, but wasn't her set, wasn't her show. Many of y'all didn't like The Weeknd's performance. Why? Because you don't like The Weeknd, and that is fine. You're not here to like every artist and every song. It's okay. Listen, let me go back to my notes. 2024, this is what happened to you. This is what happened to you. Like That dropped. The world is abuzz because it was a response to First Person Shooter, was dropped in the fourth quarter of 2023, playing into 2024, was easily going to be one of the biggest records of 2024. I was in an arena and watched what that song did, and then Like That drop and shifted the energy, right? From there, Push-Ups came, and Tailor Made came, and Euphoria came, and 616 in LA, Meet the Grams, Family Matters, and then Not Like Us. And you jumped on the bandwagon. You jumped on the bandwagon because that's what we do. That, like, as the internet age, you know what I mean? As just the whole aesthetic of groupthink, collective and selective agreeing or being anti, many of you are just residual collateral damage for this. Like, Drake is feeling the heat because people that don't listen to Kendrick Lamar know Not Like Us now. And they have a comment. And with that, you get to the Super Bowl because, look, the Grammys, you were fine. The Grammys, you were fine. Because the song you knew won all the awards. Fast forward a week, you get to the Super Bowl. Now he boring and ain't played no hits. No. Loud and wrong is what you are. You're loud and you're wrong. He did play his hits. He played the biggest songs of his catalog. No, he didn't dig deep into his nostalgia bag, but you're not a fan. You do not like him. You did not hear the Gen X album. You didn't. That's y'all gripe. That's y'all gripe. Let me see what we got before I. I just didn't like that Martin face prosthetic you had on. I don't even know what that's in response to, though. You gotta help me out, bro. It's just like boxing. People just wanted to see a fight. Don't know nothing about the culture or artists and got an opinion. Exactly. See, and that's why I wasn't about to go back and forth with nobody. The Weeknd. Yeah, the Weeknd was wild for his old face. Yeah, Weeknd, your face was wilding during that, bro. But yes, just to have an opinion. A lot of people not into rap music like that. You're not. Matter of fact, Jones and I, we used to have we have a lot of conversations, or we had a couple of conversations with the legendary Chicago radio legend Mike Love about aging out of hip hop. And I'm in the mindset That's for the Motown babies. The 80s and 90s babies, for the most part, will not age out of it. We'll just keep finding something new to listen to. Now, will the content that I grew up listening to be my drug of choice, so to speak? No, maybe not. But then again, hey, listen, I kicked off with my favorite rap group being the Tribe Called Quest. So there's not much. So I was gonna give Little Brother a chance anyway. You know, I was buying Common albums when I was one of 75,000 people. You know, when I saw Common on 106 in Park, and the Light was like number 3 on the 106 in Park charts, and he said he never went gold. I was baffled because I had 3 albums in my hand when he said that. So, you know, many of you are just you're not rap fans, you're not Kendrick fans, so no, you don't get it, you don't like it, and that's fine. That's fine. There is a line to be like, yo, hey, I'm a casual listener. I listen to what's on the radio. I listen to what is presented to me on videos. I like what girls like when they're listening to songs. Like, a lot of y'all don't like Drake either. But your girl was bumping So Far Gone, and you started listening too. And it carried over until nothing was the same. A lot of you are just props. You just got the song for the hoes. You don't really like it. And that's cool. But get off these apps with the significant cap. That's all. Like, we don't want to hear it. You clogging up the airspace with your hollow opinion. It doesn't, like, you don't count, is what I'm saying. Some of y'all just like Drake more too, though. Let's be clear on that. And that's okay too. My suggestion would be to keep streaming Family Matters and highlight the Drake successes. Because Kendrick, while Kendrick has dominated the US, Drake has went to go find the people that love him in Australia. So while Kendrick is doing what he's doing on US soil, the Canada kid is in another country acting like this never happened. Well, let me rephrase that. He's reacted to it happening, but making it clear that it hasn't stopped him. And, you know, you can put a couple asterisks near that if you'd like, but that's what he's doing. Because the thing is, that Australian show ain't no clips of Not Like Us playing. It's people singing the praises of Drake and giving him the love that he obviously needs at this time. US fans are fickle, though, so I get it. Let me see. Hey, I do find myself singing the songs because they are everywhere. Hey, and this is Grammy talk, right? I love this comment because this is like Grammy talk. Because years go by, and people are like, oh, who won Song of the Year? Who won Album of the Year? Who won this? Oh, I don't know them. I don't know who that is. And it's like, but if you were in TJ Maxx or Target or Nordstrom or Zara, H&M, Macy's, Dillard's, you heard these songs. They're in, if you watch commercials, if you live an ad-free life, you wouldn't know that. Hey, a lot of Black listeners put Yeezus in a casket early, while Black Skinhead was in damn near every commercial, whether it's Volvo, Maybelline, whatever it was. His placements was up for the Yeezus album, Kanye, that is. And we'll talk about him in a little bit, maybe. But his placements was up for that. So again, it don't matter what you don't like. It really don't matter what you don't like. You have to prove that it ain't popular. You know? Like, but hey, listen, and I still stand by it. I liked Yeezus when it came out in 2013. It still had some dope sounds on it to me. I liked that album. That I've went back to Yeezus more times than I've done Pablo, than Ye, than Kid See Ghost, and some years even more than my Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. That's for me. And I hated that he repurposed Down for My Niggas. Jones, this is incorrect. But thanks for your comment, though. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeezus was a dope album, man. It's a dope album. And I don't, and the thing is, for me, I don't want to hear how Yeezus is ass and You Probably Love the Love Below. And there's only 2 raps on there, not from the guy rapping. Many of you, y'all didn't like Electric Circus either. I liked Electric Circus. Electric Circus. I like that album. Again, hey, I really like different music sometimes. So I can't speak to all of y'all about that, right? A lot of the albums that many of the core hip hop demo have shit on, they happen to be dope albums to me. And hey, maybe I'm not black enough to hate it. I don't know. You know. We're gonna get to it a little bit, man. We're gonna get to a little bit of that, a little bit, because I feel you, and I do want to talk about it. My last thing on everything Kendrick Super Bowl, right? Because we're going into the that full hour mark. I just don't like boring as a take when we're talking about the halftime show. I don't like boring as a take for how to describe the halftime show, because that is literally a self-contained opinion. Boring by definition means not interesting or tedious. Now, granted, do you have to be entertained by everything that I am entertained by or anybody else is entertained by? No, you don't. But you know what? Calling it boring, for me, would let me know that you never grew up watching Sesame Street. Calling it boring to me would be you telling me I never heard I'm just a bill. Oh, yes, I'm just a bill. You never heard that. Because music and education are synonymous with me. I was entertained just by the low lights and the colors. Maybe I'm just too simple. I don't know. Maybe I'm too simple. Maybe anything works on me. It could be. But boring is just an unfair take. Again, boring means that you just don't like Kendrick Lamar. That's what it means. You don't like him or you don't like his music. And again, that's okay. And I think what really needs to happen is that people just acknowledge, like, yo, this ain't for me. I don't mess with this. And y'all rock out. Like, that's what needs to happen. Because we're just getting too far off the rails when we're calling something like that boring. And be clear, it's only the black people talking like that. That's the unfortunate part for me. I saw white people say they didn't understand it, but like black people calling it boring, it's like, okay. So now we're going to defecate on the one guy that could actually get more white people listening and understanding us. Got it. First hour of the CREATE-A-THON is officially in. We're not done. I got an album review. Coming up. Matter of fact, we're going to get to it now to give y'all a break before I get into cancel culture being out and complain culture being in. Or maybe I should do it next. 247. We still at 247. We need to get to 250 to get that first prize out there, though. Register to win link is in the caption or description, depending on where you are listening. Shout out to everybody on Facebook Live listening, YouTube Live listeners. Also, my Twitch Live, even though Twitch is not popping. So, hey, shout out to you, whoever is over there listening. Respect. But no, I sincerely appreciate y'all for being a part of this. This won't stop. I'm going to do the next one on a Saturday. When I got a lot of loaded topics of music, I just got great music conversation for y'all. But right now we rocking that Tuesday night because I said I would do it because we are off. I got back-to-back weeks of two of the biggest nights in sports and music happened both nights. So it was time to talk about them as early as possible. Didn't want to hit you with the Sunday night or a Monday because I like to think. I don't waste ink. Nigga, I think. Shout out to the Jizza, Genius, Liquid Swords, one of my favorite rap albums ever. Listen to it, and then listen to Good Kid, Mad City, because the numbers say you never did. Okay? So let me get here. Let's get back to the comments. Let's get back to my guy Jones. My guy Jones in the 8 o'clock hour. He says, the older I get, the more I understand. Just because you black don't mean you really like hip-hop or rap. They just know how to put on the costume and use the slang. Very fair. Hey, not for nothing, man. Outside of the creators of hip-hop, so like Kool Herc and them, hip-hop has never been something that's been 100% supported by us. Just do the knowledge. Hey, look, present day, the OGs are arguing over who started it and where. That lets you know we're not all on the same page. That's why I just stick to loving the music, man. That's it. That's it for me. I just stick to loving the music. Let's take a break from this and let's get to Larry June, 2 Chainz, and Alchemist. Life is Beautiful, the album review. We're in the second hour. Camp's CREATE-A-THON, the giveaway. Because I want to save this last topic because it's going to kind of blend in. I want to break it up just so people don't think that we ain't doing nothing but talking about Kendrick and Drake all show. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to do that. I'm going to move the album review to second place. I got Kanye West Shaking My Head. That's in here. We're going to move that down as well. And listen here. And stay with me, rock with me. That's why I'm doing this early. We're going to talk today also about the unfortunate truth about a lot of our 90s classics and how they are aging. This is in regards to the Super Bowl. This is in regard to some of y'all in your Wayne takes. And people just like per state, they want it. Now the Super Bowl is a home game for artists. We're going to talk about that. But let's get some positivity in this this official second hour of Camp's CREATE-A-THON. Larry June, 2 Chainz, Alchemist, Life is Beautiful, album review. Let's go. Let me see here. One man Dose off the rip. I just want to say you're not a true Larry June fan if you don't remember him with OG Mako. R.I.P. Well, damn, I'm officially not a real fan then. Hey, that's okay. That's okay. I was passively listening to Larry June until like 2022, fall of 22 into 23, maybe. So I ain't gonna lie, I'm late. I'm late to the party. You know what I'm saying? Great Escape is still my favorite album. But let's talk about this though, right? Um, y'all know me. Some albums don't need a deep dive. This is one of those. This is one of those for me. Overall, I will say this is a dope album. We're gonna start with love. We're gonna start with positivity. Overall, I do believe this is a dope album. I think that Larry June was Larry June. I think 2 Chainz was 2 Chainz. And I think Alchemist is the greatest West Coast producer of all time. I've been dying to say that all day. On live. Hey, everybody listening, everybody. Alchemist is the greatest West Coast hip hop producer of all time. Fight me, argue with me. I'm here for it. Say something. He's the best ever at making beats on the West Coast. And this album is dope. This album is dope. I'll say this. I'm not saying that Larry June washed 2 Chainz or 2 Chainz washed Larry June, but something about the marriage of this I didn't really mess with. Like we got this. I don't need a part 2. I don't need a part 2 to this. Cool collab albums. Collab albums got out of control after Watch the Throne and everybody wanting to do theirs. A lot of them didn't live up to the hype, like the Travis Scott Quavo joint. Underrated ones like Styles P and Dave East. But this right here, cuz it's cool. It's cool. I'll say, Munyon Canyon is definitely one of my favorite joints on here. Bad Choices, another one. I actually like Life is Beautiful. Generation, I was conflicted, man. Generation, I was conflicted because 2 Chainz is older than me. And I kind of felt like he was happy about the things that he was saying in the hook about, like, basically they created the drug and crash out culture. Why would you want to take credit for that? I'm not really sure, but the song just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, man, if I'm being honest. The song is called Generation on the album. I did not mess with that. I'm sorry. And maybe this is just my age showing now. Maybe this is just me being a little too coherent. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the Generation song, I'm not feeling that at all. That sincerely rubbed me the wrong way. And I was trying to get into it, but no, sir. No, sir. Epiphany, that was one of the ones for me. Again, they both did well on this album, but hearing them together is nothing I really need to hear again. Wildly enough, they say styles make fights, but I think styles also make tracks. And even though for some people it may be hard to tell Boldy James from Larry June apart for some fans or for some listeners, but I'd rather have people in that pocket. So when Larry June and Jay Worthy and Boldy James, and even if they want to throw Dom Kennedy in that mix, I would prefer that. over this. I don't think the sound, I don't think the marriage of this album, the sound of it, I don't think it really hits that hard. I just don't. I'm sorry. And you know, I see people listen to it, they love it, they like it, whatever, what have you. But I just I think just this is just a good project, honestly, for what we got. We got 11 tracks, 36 minutes, 4 minutes and 16 seconds of this. They could have absolutely kept for me in the former generation. I'll give it a 3. I give it a 3 out of 5, which is dope, which is 60%, which is, yeah. Look, the production on this, I listened to this album. I was actually able to listen to this album 3 or 4 times in a row, just going to Trader Joe's and back. So, and nothing, and nothing jumped out at me on this album. Again, I don't know how people listen to albums or what they listen to it for. I will tell you this: if you were expecting bolts to 2 Chainz, like based on the true story, you want stripper anthems, you want a hit single, it's not one on here. This is just some good grooves. Again, the production is phenomenal on this album. It's very chill. It sounds very expensive. You know what I'm saying? Just on some lifestyle rap type stuff. But overall, nothing is like over the top phenomenal about this. And I'm not saying take or leave it, but Jones trying to get it. Jones trying to get his SEO up, talking about it's the album of the year. I'm like, yeah, it's like wait to see what happened this Friday. I'm sure this will be right out the paint, but it's cool. Let me see. Hold on here. Let me go back to the comments real quick. Doe said OG Mako is responsible for a lot of these new Atlanta artists, even Doja Cat. Now, see, that I wasn't aware of on a Doja Cat tip. So this is my question for you, Doe, because people were giving Thug and QC that stamp. So are you saying that he beat them to the punch as well? Because from my understanding, because even Travis Scott is in this mix, Thug, Future, Travis Scott, their studio sessions were being held like Kanye studio sessions, where you don't know it at the time, but Big Sean, Tyga, Sci-Hi, Travis Scott, and Drake are all in one room, and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is cooking up, or them all in Kid Cudi and 808s is what's being created. So are you saying that OG is that for Atlanta and not P and QC and Thug and Future? I just want to be clear, because I don't want to get it wrong. I haven't really been privy to anybody outside of those names, the marquee names. I'm with you on this. Jones. Underrated collab album, Offset and 21 Savage, Without Warning. Metro smoked that album too, by the way. Metro smoked that. And that was a really good project, a really good one. I like it, but it was a punching battle. I don't know. I have to listen to it again. I don't know. I might be right on that, though. Might be right. I think Dom is not as monotone as Larry. Yeah, true enough. He's not. But you know what? Dom Kennedy is the blueprint of all this laid-back, flowing style. The very nonchalant, I'm going to pick a really cool beat and just stun on you. I love Dom Kennedy. I thought Dom Kennedy would be in the Larry June space, and meaning that his name would be buzzing like this. But a lot has happened with Dom over the years, between, having children, Nip dying, there was a lot. So, but hey, I did a review on Dom's latest album. He is back. He put out 19 new tracks. Always love for Dom Kennedy. My Type of Party is one of my favorite records of the 2010s. And the Yellow Album, I feel one of the more underrated albums of last decade as well. So check out the Yellow Album by Dom Kennedy if you haven't already. 10-year anniversary is already passed. So you know what I'm saying? I got you. So now here's my question. No, you know what? Because even when he was on like No Limited Cash Money, his flow was still very much the same. So I'm not mad at the Currency take, but I'm not mad at the Currency take, but here is why I do give it to Dom though. This is why I give it to Dom. Because the West Coast, like, no matter how you slice it, what Currency doing ain't really typical Southern bass music on any level. It's not, and this is not me just saying that he gotta make New Orleans bounce, but that also, it ain't Ghetto Boys, it ain't Ballin' G, it ain't 3-6, but it's not, you know what I mean? It's so I feel that Currency's West Coast influence in his music is not highlighted as much as it should be. Because even Wiz Khalifa got that. Wiz Khalifa sounded a little more East Coast / Midwest, but his aura and aesthetic is West Coast. Like, I don't think we, because we, I guess we don't really celebrate or we acknowledge how much the West Coast is unique and so many different pockets of sounds come out there. But because I'm talking even to the clothes, like to the jean shorts, high socks, chucks, and flannels, like all of that, which I've seen Currency do, I've seen Wiz do, but that's a West Coast thing. But respect to all these guys, because they're all doing their own version of it, and I like all of them. They're all dope. But for me, I just feel that Currency's style is heavily West Coast influenced. Shoot, Smoke Dizzle was on Jet Life. I had no idea he was from Harlem when he was in Jet Life, but that made sense. But hold on, y'all. Let me just take a little sip, quick sip. So, Life is Beautiful, Alchemist, production, Larry June, 2 Chainz, 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. Again, some albums don't need a deep dive. There's some funny lyrics on here. Pulling up with 3 hoes like Santa. I left my ex like Mexico. Yeah, what does fool say? What does fool 2 Chainz say on one of these joints? I don't know, man. He was bugging out though. Some of these lyrics, he was bugging out. But hey, you know what I'm saying? That's but hey, it's a dope project. Again, I heard Larry and 2 Chainz together. I don't need to hear them together again. At least not for no whole project. If they want to do another song for each one of their projects, that's cool. I do not need another Life is Beautiful. No need to run this back. You know, I think of it as far as the Alchemist collab albums, this ain't better than Fetty. You know what I'm saying? That Gibbs and the Currency, even though we know that won't happen again. And then that one probably should happen again. But Alfredo, but that was just him and Alchemist, Gibbs and Alchemist. But hey, dope project. Check it out. You need some new music. You don't like Kendrick Lamar. You don't like Drake. Well, then listen to Larry June and 2 Chainz, produced by Alchemist. Alchemist. Let me see. Oh man, Wang say. My man Wang said, current C card collection made me question where he was from. Yeah, see, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, hey, I'm glad you said that, Joe. LES, Stallion, and a couple others fall under the currency umbrella. Right. And look, and so now dig this. Stallion is from Ohio. I'm just going to always give the respect to the first place I've seen the imagery first. And I think a lot of Midwest and Southern artists are West Coast influenced. It's not saying that neither one of our regions don't have style. You know, there is nope. No, Stally is not from Houston. See? Hey, see, I'm glad we're having this conversation. See, this is why regional sound matter. This is why I mess with GNX. This is why I mess with what Kendrick Lamar was doing. Shout out to your favorite Vice Lord Freddie Gibbs, Gangster Gibbs. You dig? But no, Stolly's from Columbus, Ohio. Or matter of fact, he's actually from a city outside of it, but he claimed Columbus because that was the major market that he was close to. I was working radio when yeah, there we go, Mass Lion, Ohio. Yeah. But his press kit said Columbus. I know that because he did an appearance in an interview at a Hooters for Hot 963 in Indianapolis, which is the radio station I work for. My man Yogi, shout to Yogi. Yogi is the one that put me on, a dude. He was the online editor out there in Columbus, and like some of his first freestyles are at their radio station. So yeah, no, Stally's from Ohio. And again, you can tell when somebody from the Midwest and they really adapt in the Midwest stuff. I mean, hey, look, not for nothing, the most authentic versions of the Midwest are Do or Die. It is Twista. To a degree, it's Bone Thugs and Harmony, but they got West Coast too, though. See, they pulled from West Coast too. Common pulled from East Coast. Like there is. Hey, Jones, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about. I'm gonna come right back to this. But yeah, so many, and music is meant to reflect and to gravitate and capture the world. It's meant for that. So I'm not. This is not hate. This is not me. This is not me hating, because I think when you take in culture and influence, that matters. But like for instance, King Chip the Ripper, whatever one of y'all whatever name want to go by, I knew he was from Ohio. Whereas Kid Cudi, I really didn't know. I didn't know. I never met or saw anybody like Kid Cudi in or from Ohio. I've just never seen it. Kanye West was super Midwest until he got the chance to throw up the rock. He was super Midwest. Artists in the South. Again, there is a certain culture. There is a certain look. There is a certain just energy. Like Glorilla's really from Memphis, Tennessee. Like she's really from there. There are some artists that you could tell, no, you really from where they say you from. You know what I'm saying? So that and that's so it's no knock, but and so again, I'm always going to lean towards Dom, but really the architect is Snoop and DJ Quick, because I remember seeing Snoop in the flannels and the Chucks and the Dickies, but I also remember when the cut off jean shorts with the high socks and the Chucks. Like I remember that. Like I just remember that, just seeing that in West Coast movies. Shoot, ain't people dressed like that on San Andreas? Like there's just so much from it to where you can't help but just recognize it. Now, the South does have an argument as far as like soul sampling goes, like soulful samples. I think that is more of a South thing than anywhere. So they do got a stake in that claim. You know what I'm saying? But I don't but everything else, like a lot of the aesthetics, a lot of the visuals, that's some West Coast stuff. And the thing is, LA ain't Long Beach, ain't Stockton, ain't the Bay, ain't Sacramento, ain't San Diego. So like all of these people, like California is really big, and there is a big culture gap. Look, Too Short to E40 from the same hood. They're from the same area. But like, so is Vince Staples and Snoop. Like they're both from Long Beach originally, I believe. So Mozzie and Dom Kennedy are not that far, you know what I'm saying? Like not that far apart. Problem is from there, but Nipsey is from there. G Malone, Glasses Malone is from there. But at the same time, so is MC8. Like there's so many just different types. Larry June is from there. Like it's so robust. Cali needs a lot more respect. This is where I'm going with that. So yes, y'all had an artist at Hooters. I was in the wrong market. Hey, bro, I gotta tell you that off. I gotta tell you that in the chat. But dog, we were doing anything damn near anywhere. In every sense of the word. Like there wasn't a restaurant, nothing was off limits. The only place I don't think we did something that was like Twin Peaks, but I think the Radio Now, the pop station, I think they might have ended up getting something off in there. Organized Noise. Let's talk about Organized Noise. Outkast admitted they were trying to make their own version of Dre sound. There you go. Again, West Coast influence is very real across the whole way. I would say the South is more known for live instruments. Oh yeah, I would I think that too, but which is why a lot of their samples are so musical. Like when I say that, right? Obviously, like Eric B, Rakim, Marley Marl, Juice Crew, they're sampling like James Brown, right? But James Brown was like from like Queens or like from Harlem or something like that. So they highlighted and sampled the music from where they were from. Obviously, the South, blues, jazz, and just more soulful music. Like Isaac Hayes and B.B. King. So they're just exposed to more robust music, and that helps push the sound. You dig what I'm saying? Yes, Mozzie is from Sacramento. Yes. But see, people will be thinking that he's from LA. And to me, once you're in the state, I don't think region matters. But listen, I love regional sound. The other thing I liked about the Super Bowl performance is that it felt Cali as fuck. It felt super Cali. And I'm not mad at that. I want to hear somebody be super Nashville. I want to hear somebody be super Memphis. That's why I love 3 6 Mafia. That's why Project Pat is in the top 10. My top 10. When Twista, people that don't know nothing about Chicago, and when they want to feel like they know Chicago rap, they gonna tell you they know about Do or Die and Twista. Why? Because that is the epitome of just regional sound for like the Chicagoland area. It's just regional sound, and regional sound should never die. It should never die. I love that it's coming back and it's making a resurgence. I encourage all of you, take your slang back, take your look back, take all of it. Take everything that's from your city and put it back on. Stop trying to make it so unilateral and so monolithic. Let people know where they at when they hear your music, bro. Straight up. Absolutely a Patreon episode. That is a fact. Yeah. Let me see it. What my man saying? Pimp C, Jazzy Faye, Suave House of Organized Noise, all played live instruments. Hey, bing. Again, I also believe that Midwest and Southern just musicians. I think the focus on musicianship is higher in the Midwest and the South. That's why the Isley brothers are from Ohio. Babyface is from Indianapolis. R. Kelly, Chicago. Like, again, people interpolate samples as well. Like, because we're not, I mean, look, DJ Paul has done some of the best Bobby Blue Bland flips. And some of the best sample flips. They do sample flipping too now. We can't dismiss that. Every region samples. Every region samples. Whether they replaying it or they flipping it different or they chopping it up, but every region samples. That is a hip-hop thing. Shout out to Grandmaster Flash. Let me see here. Let me see. Look, I'm not finna come out looking like Nappy Roots. And shout out to my, hey, but listen, shout out to Krista. But hey, listen though. From somebody from the Midwest, when the Nappy Roots hit, hey, look, I bought they concert t-shirt at Rock the Bells. To me, I was like, oh, it's black people in Kentucky? But then I was just like, oh, but I was like, hey, they actually pretty dope though. I'm not mad at this. I'm not mad at this. So, you know, I think, man, I think we often become too critical of who make it through the wall. You dig what I'm saying? Like for instance, we like Common obviously got signed first, but Common also was real Nas Effects-ish when he came out versus Twister was just, I'm the fastest rapping dude in the world. And more people buy Twister than they buy Common. So there's something to be said about repping your region first and foremost, or being so unique that people just know you're giving them something different. It's just something to be said about it, you know. Let me see here. We got a little bit more show left. We got a little bit more left, man. Let me see here. 2 Chainz again. 2 Chainz, Larry June, Life is Beautiful. 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. Hope you like it. You know what I'm saying? And yes, Jones, Twister definitely had better beats. Always had better beats than Common. Even though I did like that Soul by the Pound. The Soul by the Pound beat was like the one for me. With that booming and you're booming and you're booming and your Jeep. And they sampled Q-Tip and Grand Poobah in the same beat. Fire. Okay, man. Since we already here, Crucial Conflict had better production on the final Ticket comment. Yeah, hey, listen. Jones, you saying that because you're from the Midwest too, though. you saying that from you, Jones. This is where I pick with you just a tad, because I'm not saying that you're wrong though, but I think no matter what though, you would say this because you have been subconsciously countering East Coast bias your whole rap life. So you off the rip, it's gonna be like, yeah, man, all this shit was better than Common. Like he was doing Resurrection, like, you know what I mean? I believe you feel like that regardless, bro. Excuse me. I believe you feel like that regardless. I don't think it's got anything to do with just comparing regional sound. Yeah. I got your ass. Yeah. Yeah. That's what it is. That's what it truly is. Bro, you're gonna say that regardless. You know what I'm saying? But the only album that I think that you'll not say it about is B. And but totally disregarding like Water for Chocolate. But because hey, for the most part, that's entirely Midwest because Kanye West is a producer of B. But gentlemen and lady, if Mandy is still on, Amanda's still on, and if Sasha is still on, salute to the ladies that's tuning in to the live stream tonight. They want to hear a little hip hop music conversation and music conversation in general, right? Let's talk about the unfortunate truth as we're getting into the second half of the second hour of the CREATE-A-THON night 2, the CREATE-A-THON. We've already done the Kendrick music reaction take. We already done the Larry June and 2 Chainz album review. I have told y'all Alchemist is the best West Coast producer ever. I'm waiting to argue about it. I said y'all got it on Super Bowl halftime performances. But I'm telling you off the rip, Prince and Mike are not in my top 5 anymore. Prince was never in my top 5. Mike might end up being 5 right now. Entertainment has changed. The standard has changed. Yes, Mike is the original standard bearer. It was because of him that they stopped bringing out refugees and marching bands and things of that nature. But that don't mean that he definitely smoked Beyonce and Bruno that year. It definitely don't mean that Usher can't be top 5. It does not mean that Kendrick Lamar is not easily in that 10 or 5 now. That is the great thing about art, music, and interpretation. It is meant to escalate and evolve and be greater than what it was. There is always a benchmark to hit. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Dilla beats are absolutely insane. Listen, Jones, I'm tired of that too. I said that earlier too. It rained purple rain. God wanted to see Prince perform. Okay. I got it. It rained purple. I am not going to. I'm not going to sit here and say that that was orchestrated. But what I do want to ask y'all is the next time you see purple rain falling from the sky, you let me know. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want. That's all I want y'all to do. Because 2007 that was, right? 2007. Dolphin Stadium in Miami. Miami. Check in, tap in. When's the last time it rained purple in your city of Miami? Just tell me the last time it did. I would like to know. Because people talk about that moment like, oh no, the purple rain came from the heavens. Why hasn't it happened again? Why didn't it happen when Prince died? Rest in peace to the legend and the icon. How come it wouldn't purple rain on his birthday as well as the day when they laid him to rest? Just answer questions for me. Florida man can't do it all, man. That's all I'm saying. Crazy things happen in Florida, but they got to point to that. They got to point me to that direction. Hey, listen, man, the unfortunate truth about a lot of our 90s classics and how they're aging, it's terrible. My man Gilbert the original No Chill Gill, and I've been around long enough to say that he just tuned in. I was there for that Super Bowl. It was amazing. Hey, that is awesome. That is awesome. Hey, I don't know how long you've been on, but again, I say, hey, listen, y'all got it. If y'all still got Mike and Prince in y'all top 5 of Super Bowl performers, then y'all got it. I will concede. I'm just letting y'all know they not in mine no more. Well, Prince was never in my 5. Mike might be 5 now, potentially 7. I'm not just, I know I'm black. I know I'm from the Midwest. I know I love black music over everything. I'm just not so sure that Maroon 5 one don't belong in the top 5. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm not mad at anybody that got every time Bruno and Beyonce did it in their top 5. I'm not mad at it. So anytime Missy come out on stage, it's a moment for me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But that Maroon 5, yeah, hey, that Maroon 5 was hard. That Maroon 5 year was super dope, man. But I digress. All right. We again, that Kendrick should be in y'all 10. It's the most viewed ever. I know y'all like numbers and stats. I went over the stats about how he actually performed all of his biggest hits outside of like 1, well 2. Because remember, Backseat Freestyle, it only peaked at number 6, but that does make it a hit record because it's in the top 10. But other than that, Bad Blood, the Taylor Swift joint, and Like That were the only number 1s he did not play. Nothing else was the number 1. Just want to remind y'all of that. All right, 81, peak. Swimming Pool, 17, peak. Money Trees, 19. Poetic Justice, 26. These are the peaks. Peaks. Don't Kill My Vibe, 32, peak. That's what it was. But let's get back. Let's get back to topic number 3 tonight for the CREATE-A-THON as we come into that second. You can't play a lot of the music that we grew up listening to. And that's the uncomfortable truth. The uncomfortable truth. As we look forward to the Super Bowl performances, right? I've seen so much capping and caping for Wayne, and how old Master P should have got out there and didn't make him say and all these just other things. Boosie should have got a chance to get out there and do Wipe Me Down. Okay, see, this is your problem. This is your problem. And even though I know hip hop was coming from a place of pain and struggle and all these things, you know, as you get my age, if you are blessed and you are fortunate to be 30 to 35 or 35 and up, 35 and up, and as you listen to rap music and as you look at the places where it can go, there's just some things that just don't really represent us in the best of light. You know, you can't play a lot of this music nowhere when you grown. You know, I was in the car with my daughter one time. It was a couple years ago, I think it was. And music was just playing on shuffle. And boy, did the lyrics, bitch, fuck you and suck my dick. Like, boy, did that sound crazy with my daughter in the car at like 11. And mindset being everything, right? So when you're in this situation where, you know, you're positive affirmations, you're eating better, you're trying to live better, you're trying to get yourself into a better position in life, it's hard to listen to death, homicide, drug use, drug dealing, glorifying being from a murder capital, or, you know what I'm saying, like all of that Like murder capital worshiping over 35 is insane. Like that's how it sounds. You dig what I'm saying? Um, hey, listen. Hey, Nuck If You Buck, wildly enough, is one of the safer songs that we can play. Hey, Woody, that's one of the safer songs that we can play nowadays, if we're being honest. But you know, there is like I love Mobb Deep, right? Mobb Deep is probably my second favorite rap group ever, to A Tribe Called Quest, of course. But there's no way I could justify if Prodigy was alive, rest in peace to Prodigy. There's no way I could justify the halftime show starting off with, yeah, to all the killers and the $100 billers, doom, doom. For real niggas who ain't got no feelings. It's like, whoa, what is happening here? You know what I'm saying? Come on, dog. Listen, I got you stuck off the realness. We be the infamous, you heard of us. Official Queensbridge murderers, the mob come equipped for warfare. Beware of my crime family who got enough shots to share for all those who want the profile and pose. Rock you in your face, stab your brain with your nose bone. I love it. But that can't rock at the Super Bowl, bro. That can't rock at the Super Bowl, man. It just can't. It just can't. E40, Too Short. Outside, what Too Short? What can he perform after Blow the Whistle? You know what I'm saying? Like, what else? He can't play Fuck My Car, Super Bowl. Player. Bitches come a dime a dozen, so don't get mad when I fuck your cousin. Like, you can't do that at the Super Bowl, bro. You can't. I'm sorry if y'all got your children listening tonight. I'm sorry. I apologize. I said I was going to do my best to tone it down. Yeah, hey, blowjob Betty at the Super Bowl, bro. Now, granted, she probably there, but not for the halftime show. You dig what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Too Short can't perform at all. So the guys sound like the rodeo. Yeah. Hey, and you know what? And that's the thing. You know, young, reckless energy is awesome until you grow up. You know, there was a point in time where I valued pulling up to the movie theater 20 deep on nigga night at the movies. That's what I used to call it back in the day. AMC, all mad colors. That's what I used to call it in Chicago, going to the movies. And me pulling up. It's just me and 5 people. We about to meet 7 more people. You know, one time we went to see Trend Day. It was 13 of us. Loud. Niggers. At 43, I'm like, bro, let me get out of here before these young mother crushers go crazy. Like, I need to get out of here. That's how I feel. Hey, right. All they think. Hey, look at these gang members over here. It's like, bro, I got econ tomorrow. But who cares? Thugging it. You know what I mean? Come on, son. Like, yo, man. It's just rough, man. And you know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, hey, right. Hey, matinees or hopefully super late shows to movies that y'all don't want to see. That's the one time you'll see me out now, man. It's but it's difficult because on the flip side, rest in peace, Dave from De La Soul. But they would be the perfect group to perform at a Super Bowl. But unfortunately, their records aren't big enough. You know, we don't have a lot of positive rap music that we will support. Now, see, this is where Will Smith would come in, but y'all don't. But Will Smith is corny. You don't want to hear all that, right? And the thing is, Will got a fire 13-minute set. You know what I'm saying? He got a fire 13-minute set. Always this, always that. R.I.P. True Goy. The Dove. Tribe, Fife is gone. Tribe, y'all don't like it, but you'll have to hear Vibrant Thing. You'll have to hear it and Breathe and Stop. I know y'all don't want to hear it, but you got to. Had R. Kelly not been who he was, that would have been one. That would have been a score. He got enough. He definitely had enough. Look, I'll tell you this. Luda definitely can. T.I. has to do the songs that maybe y'all don't like. But I tell you what, shit, Paper Trail is the Super Bowl album. And he can throw like 20 foes on there. But because like Live Your Life and Dead and Gone, like all those joints, T.I. can do it. Jeezy, nah. Jeezy is not built for that. Them people don't even know R.I.P. Outkast definitely could. They got 2 diamond albums. Off top, Outkast can do it because they got 2 diamond albums. Uncomfortable Truth, there are more white Outkast fans than black ones. Absolutely more. So yeah, Outkast would be it. And see, but this is what we got to start looking to though. So stop telling me goofy stuff like Wayne should perform because it's in New Orleans. Like stop telling me Wayne, period. Just stop. Stop doing that. You're wrong. That shouldn't be happening. Hey, if white people thought they didn't understand Kendrick Lamar, what you think they're gonna understand when last time I checked, I was the man on these streets? They're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? Like, yo, come on. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, listen, the Jeezy songs that I would want them to play too, that ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? Look at my watch. Look at my wrist. I'm nothing like your man. He ain't shining like this. You know what I'm saying? No way. For real, we started laying it down to rappers get the job because it's home. It's whack. Yes. Yeah. That and you know what? That is that's about to come to a screeching halt because quiet as kept. Billboard is reshaping and reforming. I'm not even saying this to be like contrarian or to cap or just I'm not trying to rage bait, but no way Taylor Swift ain't performing at one of the next 3. Jelly Roll officially has a 13-minute set, and he's one of the hottest artists in the world right now. I'm pulling for him just because Nashville about to go up. Matter of fact, when the Super Bowl comes to Nashville, that's when I want Jelly Roll to do it. Yeah, look at me playing right into the bias again. You know what I'm saying? Lainey Wilson. Lainey Wilson is very close to getting hers. Hey, not for nothing. And this is gonna be a Super Bowl performance that Black people are gonna be hate to admit that they love. But if Morgan Wallen can clean up his act for 24 months and he get a Super Bowl performance, he is about to go nuts. That's going to be one of the best shows that you are going to see when Morgan Wallen get on that Super Bowl stage. Luke Combs is already doing stadiums. He's in waiting. Luke Bryan may also be in that space. And I'm not saying that just because. I'm saying that because eventually the game and the Super Bowl show itself, they just gonna have to spread the love. And it is going to become about image. It is going to become about sales. And what you're going to realize is that these artists, rap and R&B artists specifically, they're not moving the units. They're not moving the units. And they can't justify. Like Jay-Z won't be able to justify too many more acts. That's why you do go with an Usher and you go with a Dr. Dre and then you go a Dr. Dre and then an Usher, then a Kendrick Lamar, because those are universal acts with just enough catalog, just enough star power, just enough, just everything, you know. And even Dr. Dre, listen, Dr. Dre's no dummy. Dr. Dre know he got like 4 albums in 40 years. That's why you call Mary. That's why you call Snoop. That's why you call Eminem. And Eminem calls 50 Cent. And y'all all agree that Kendrick is cool. Like, this is like, he's not a foolish man. He knows that just Dr. Dre himself, that wouldn't have worked. That wouldn't have worked. Let me see here. I disagree with the rest because the true country energy won't match pop country will. So here's the thing that's going on with country music, though. They're trying to put everybody in country. Because really, if you want my opinion, listening to it, Jelly Roll is doing like rock gospel to me. And he's still rapping a little bit. He's definitely going to be real country next year. Not Beyonce country. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, man. But yo, the album I reviewed a few weeks ago. Hey, and I'm sorry, real quick before I go into that, Jelly Roll also want to go pop too, though, by the way. So, you know, country is they're in an odd space. Country is actually in the space that I'll say pop music was at the turn of the century, where it was obvious Nelly, Ja Rule, and Ludacris were the biggest stars. But damn, we gotta get these Britney and Christina and Justin records working too. Like they're in that space. So everything's a little rhythmic. Everything is like hip hop-ish. Like they got 808s. They rapping now, like Breland and Shabuzi and some of these other white boys is rapping on they country records now. They doing a lot of kid rock-ish music, like Ball with the Ball sound is back. So like, and they're putting everything. They just on the kamikaze mission. They just spraying the place with anything and calling it country just so they can get back on top. But the problem is the record industry has changed. And they now see whether for or against Beyonce or what Morgan Wallen and Jelly Roll is doing, and what Post Malone has been able to do too as well, because Post Malone is low-key doing country, he's low-key doing rock. We let him do hip-hop. So like people are just trying to be artists. And now they don't want to sign to, quote, a country label or a rock label or a pop label. They're like, no, just put me out there, put all these songs out, and we'll see what sticks. So the only difference between those artists and like Lil Nas X is that at least they stick with a theme for an entire album, where he just did one of every song and nothing hit. He just laid up a bunch of bricks and then said he was the devil and started trying to give fellatio to Lucifer. Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll would def be worth a watch. He's a white GD that does country. He hit a lick. Yeah. Hey, and not for nothing, Jelly Roll's really good live, man. He's damn good live. You know what I'm saying? We are 2 hours in on the Create-A-Thon, and I appreciate y'all still rocking with me, man. Let me check. Let me check and see if we got any new subscribers tonight. Let me see. It's like it's a slow night. It's a slow night for your boy, but it's okay because the content is what matters. That's what really matters. The due diligence with the content. That's what it is. So, listen her. We still at 247. I'm gonna bring back the chart because we're in the second hour. It's only right. Bow, 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 bow. Yeah, Sexy Red will never be at the Super Bowl halftime show. There you go. You know what I'm saying? 247. That's where it is. Hey, not for nothing though. And she don't need too much more. Cardi B could do the Super Bowl. I know that sounds crazy, but that is the plus of making music that everybody can bop to. You know, Invasion of Privacy has a 13-minute Super Bowl set in there. And she could literally open or close with Bodak Yellow with just the hook. She'd be fine. She got 2 joints with Bruno Mars. He could come out. Party is on there. Megan, she got song with Megan, even though they probably can't do WAP. You know what I'm saying? They probably can't do it. But there's some other Cardi records. Matter of fact, didn't she just win a Grammy with Shakira or somebody? Yeah, Cardi has a set, and she'll go super Latin and super dance, and she could do it. There was somebody else I want to say. I'm only saying Bad Bunny can't because he don't speak English. Not for nothing, and I don't know if the moment has passed, but Neil would do a really fire halftime show. My money's on Neil doing a fire halftime show if they let him. The whole show though, and which one he did already? We talking about Bad Bunny or we talking about Neil? Super Bowl halftime show, the whole show. That's the headliner. Really? Oh wait, that was the Latin one with J-Lo and all them, right? J-Lo and Shakira and all them. Yeah, see, I'm talking to. Yeah, okay. So yeah, but see how they put the people around them that can speak English though. That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe if it's back in Miami and the top quarterback in the league is Puerto Rican, maybe they'll let him rock out completely. But yeah, they not. Hey, the shield is still America, still MAGA. So they gonna have to. Yeah, you better speak English around here for this show, boy. That's what you better do. So, you know. Oh, you know what? Real quick on Kanye, man. Okay, so Kanye West is bugging, right? I'm sorry. We just because I already told y'all. Y'all know what it is. Here's my final topic for the night, and we'll close out. Final topic for the Create-A-Thon night 2. Cancel culture is out and complain culture is in. Cancel culture is out. Complain culture is in. And this is also along with rage bait, right? Which is say the most salacious and most craziest thing that you can to get people to react, to say that they hate you, they don't mess with you, they're going to cancel you, but it still results in the attention, because that's what the number one currency is now, is attention. And maybe it's always been attention, but we've been hyper focused on it because we see so many people get the attention and have no plan after getting the attention, or they don't execute a plan correctly after getting the attention. So there's that, right? Cancel culture is out. Complain culture is in. Kanye West said a lot of things. I ain't gonna front, low key. I do kind of want a Sean John shirt. I'm not gonna lie to you, and that's super bad, right? It's a double negative, right? But yo, him with the swastika on the shirt was insane. That is insane. You can't explain that. You can't cap for that. You can't cape for that. That's just wrong. That's just wrong. However, here's my problem though. That shouldn't live longer than what Elon did at the inauguration, which is the Nazi salute. And white people are going to handle the Kanye situation, but not handle the Elon situation, and that is my problem. See, because like I said on Made in the 1980s, on that episode that aired the week of inauguration a day, it's not on black people to say anything about Elon. We can acknowledge it, but that's for white people to fix. That's one of y'all people. Like, just like when Kanye get the bugging, y'all turn to us. Y'all gotta turn to him and be like, yo, what are you doing? You bugging out. Like, this is, yo, I'm returning my Tesla. You know, I'm not buying no more Teslas. I cancel my PayPal account. I remove SpaceX from my bookmark or whatever you gotta do. Because no matter what, and again, wrong is wrong. So that don't, like, just because Kanye will suffer a tougher or harsher critic or consequence than Elon will, don't mean that he's not wrong. But accountability is wavering, though. See, I don't need white people to check black people. I need white people to check white people. That's what I need. Like, I don't, like, just like we be like, this is none of your business. What Elon doing ain't none of my business. What are you gonna do though? You dig what I'm saying? Let me see. Yeah, is definitely the ultimate rage bait. The Skinner gang definitely went country first. You know what I'm saying? Outside, they thought we was New Edition outside. You already know what it is. I was 89, Bobby. How good would Ye's music have been to be for this behavior to slide? Folks let him rock after slavery was a choice. You know, see, that's hold on. I want to hold this up there because this is actually a good question. I don't think it's about the music at this point, Jones, because again, we could argue that Kanye West hasn't made like great or phenomenal music in at least 12 years, 12, 13 years. You could argue that. Like, you haven't heard anything like really great from him, like groundbreakingly great in a while. But the thing with Kanye is that now he's transcended music. He's the shoes on your feet. He's the clothes on your back. He's the jewelry you wear, the way you listen to certain artists. Why? Like, he's the one that was originally about art and putting us on the Virgil, and that is Off-White. And now, like, there's so many layers to the things that Kanye has had influence in that I know that we are now in the space where you're now officially dealing with Kanye fans that never heard Graduation, let alone College Dropout, and they don't care. There's a new breed of Kanye fan out here, and they got the Red Octobers and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and they're cool with that. There are some that only got the foam slides and Kids See Ghost is maybe in their top 3 of projects from him, or they just love to be anti-establishment and they love what he did with Nike and love what he did to Adidas. Like, there's so many layers to what Kanye West means to the overall people now that I don't even think music is a thing. But here's the deal. He's also still putting out #1 albums via website, not through streaming services. So it ain't that people are not copying the music, but the music I don't think is as impactful as his like rants now, or his ideologies, or his Twitter account, and the fact that he'll put out product. Slavery was a choice. That's still a wild take. And I'm not here to start any problems, but I do understand. But what the better thing for him to say was like, man, they would have just had to kill me because I ain't being no slave. And yeah, that sounds gangster, but then what happens to the Black existence? You know? It's easy to say something is a choice when you didn't have to live out there without a smartphone and no GPS and no map. A lot of things are super easy to say when you know you'll never go back to that time. We'll never go back to being on the chopping block and your mother is being assaulted by the slave master, and now your brother or sister is definitely going to be biracial, and you don't know if you're in Mississippi or Zimbabwe. You have no idea. Like, it's a lot of things just easy to say from a place of willfully ignorant revolt. So I hate that he said that. It's whack to say, because we obviously, everybody, for one reason or another, everybody that was a slave didn't survive. And we're actually not better because of that fact. Not better because of that. Yeah, and at first, to this point, Brennan, I used to get upset when Black people were always, oh, Kanye this, R. Kelly that, Jordan this, just everybody. We always calling each other out, but the flip side is that's kind of our thing now. Complain culture. The Tesla stock has been sliding hard. That's great. That's great, because that's what needs to happen. But we're in this space, and I'm Black, so we're gonna talk Black people, even though everybody does it. Complain culture is in. Complain culture, because it don't take much action. It just take emotions and carpal tunnel practice, phalange flipping with your emotions. Complain culture is in. Cancel culture is out, because the real thing is that you can't cancel nobody that you was never supported in the first place. You can't cancel somebody that was definitely not your cup of tea, somebody that wasn't relying on you to make money or support them. But complaint culture is at an all-time high. Complaint culture is very simple, and plain is just, hey, I don't like this, so let me say something about it. I don't like Kendrick Lamar's performance. Let me complain. Let me complain that Wayne should be there. Let me complain that Master P should be there. Let me complain that Jay-Z is still working with the NFL and Colin Kaepernick doesn't have a job and they didn't commemorate him during Black History Month. Let me complain about the MVP, because a black man should have won it because his stats were better. And, no matter what, excuse me, no matter what, there's so many things to complain about. Oh, let me complain because they only selling left orange shoes and the right one is green. There's just so many things that people are they're just voicing their opinion. It's no action behind anything. We're not even signing petitions no more. We're not even signing the digital petitions no more. We're just literally hopping on devices and saying, I don't like, I hate, I wish this would stop. Hey, look, the dating content, it's nothing but complaint culture now. Nothing but complaint culture now. Why you got an OnlyFans? Why can't I find a man? Why these hoes always trying to rob me? There's just I hate that women only want a meal from me. Okay, so now what, bro? What? Now what? Now that you've expressed yourself, what? What do you want to do now? My guy Brendan said, I believe Kanye is treating his woman like black people are treated. Real talk. Like, if you truly think about it, do this ninja, wear this ninja, although I don't agree with it. So, Brendan, I think you might have missed this live. So I'm gonna shoot Kanye some bail on his wife. Because like I said in the last CREATE-A-THON, I think I just think that Kanye is a next level voyeur. And with being a next level voyeur, this is what you get with it. If you think back, outside of the sex tape, of course, Kim Kardashian was at least creating one moment to be naked a year, right? Once she separates from Kanye, I can't tell you the last time I seen her in a bikini. Matter of fact, the only thing that we definitely got on Kim Kardashian post Kanye is that she hit Pete Davidson up because she heard he had a big dick. That's what we know from her. That's why she's like, I reached out because I heard he had meat on deck. But when's the last time you even seen her in the bikini? When's the last time you seen her ass out? When you seen her nude? When's the last magazine cover she did? Now fast forward, Kanye West got the new girl, butt ass everywhere, butt ass on the boat, butt ass at the Grammys. He raw dog in leather pants. He out here like he out here doing the most. Like, he probably somewhere right now raw dog in some sweatpants while his girl is ultimately easy access. His wife is ultimately easy access. And I think that's just his thing. So I honestly, looking back at it from that perspective, I salute Kim for holding them down. Even, hey, listen, one thing about it, Kanye West be turning his girls out and they be holding down. Only Amber Rose violated. Talking about what he liked, you know what I'm saying? That was his girl. She was doing it for him. Like, yo, keep it there. Whatever I'm asking you to do as a woman, whatever I'm asking you to do as a man, as a heterosexual man, leave that between me and you. You ain't gotta go all crazy. Tell people what I like. Because real talk, all you're doing is sending the flag up for other women to hit me up, be like, oh, that's what you're really into? I'm into that as well. So, because I mean, the one thing, hey, listen, Amber Rose did all that. And Kanye ain't been single a day since she said all of that. He ain't been single yet. Matter of fact, his laptop got crazy after that. So what can you do? But I'm complaint culture. Complaint culture has run amok because we are now absent of actionable items. Look at the race for the presidency. Look at the race for the presidency. That's the epitome of complaint culture. Some of you casted your vote. We lost. And now you've spent every day since the inauguration talking about how the world is messed up now. And you're living in fear. But you ain't been to one city council meeting. You still don't know who your police chief is, most likely. You're getting your information from TikTok, from the person that actually wanted to read and do the research. And you're just in a position where you'd rather be defeated and tell me that life is hard versus getting out here and making the best possible life regardless. Hey, look, here is the deal for everybody that's a victim of complaint culture and you feel like the deck is stacked against you. One, if you black, it's nothing new, right? Let's start there. If you black, it's nothing new. Two is, so what? Sorry, let the black guy tell you, whether you're black or white, whether it's a Democrat or Republican in the office, so what? Because here's the deal. I still got to get my black ass up every day and make it happen. Why? Because the rent is due. Because I want to pay off my car. Because I want a house. Because I want to do edibles at the Grand Canyon. Because I want to have a lot of crazy, wild things redacted. Like, I still have to get out here and live life. LP, what up? I still have to get out here and live life. And the moment that you sit your ass down at your computer, at your couch, in your car, and you just fucking complain, and your counter is just to complain about what is going on instead of presenting yourself some actionable items to make the best out of your situation, you've already lost. Because in every crisis, there's a success story. You know, some things have to be destroyed so other things can be built. A lot of you are giving up on life, and it's February 11th. R.I.P. Whitney Houston, and happy birthday to Brandy too. I think her birthday's today. Oh man, hey, absolutely. Hey, listen, support what you love instead of bashing what you hate. You already know. You already know the vibes. Forever, and forever. You dig? Johnny Wrestling. You know what I'm saying? So Brendan, I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. You know, I just don't want to be a victim, bro. And I don't want anybody around me being a victim either. Just on some real talk. Hey, I know that life ain't never gonna be perfect for a lot of us. We're not afforded a lot of opportunities. Some of us, you know, DEI and all that. Listen, hey, again, if you're looking for all of these policies and all of these stipulations and effort to get a dollar out here in this world, I feel like you're already behind. You're already behind in the concept of life. You know what I'm saying? This is the season to create your own opportunities, create your own circumstance. Every year is the season to do that, but this should be now more than ever. It should be now more than ever that you feel like that. You should be feeling like, well, man, I got to get up here and make something happen. Hey, listen, in the immortal words of Outkast and CeeLo Green, you better get up, get out, and get something. Don't let the days of your life pass by. That's what you need to do. Hey, you need to get up, get out, and get something. How will you make it if you never even try? You better get up, get out, and get something, because you and I got to do for you and I. That is, hey, live over. I don't need to say anything. Listen to Get Up, Get Out, Outkast, Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music. That's the album that's on. That's perfect. That's perfect. I'm just gonna end it right there. I'll be rambling at that point. If you need motivation for your life, Outkast featuring CeeLo from Goody Mob. Get up, get out. That's it. Because that's the reality. If you wake up every day and you got a life to live, that's what you got to do with it. You better get up, get out, and get something. That is it. So, man, we're going to make that hard stop at 2.5 hours. I'm going to here for another couple minutes. But, man, thank y'all, man. I sincerely appreciate this. It was a long day today. A lot happened today. But this Create-A-Thon still happened as well. I look forward to the next time that we do this. It will be on the Saturday probably. Even though this Tuesday night was pretty fire. It must be a lot of people just chilling, dodging the rain or dodging the snow or something like that. I don't know. But, man, this was awesome. No new subscribers today, but that's okay, man. That don't mean that the mission stops. That don't mean that the plan has gone awry. I enjoy this. I enjoy bringing content and conversation to you like nobody else. It's kind of what I do. This is kind of my brand. As you can see, I don't know if you can, and I don't know if you care, but I've been working on my struggle beard. I figured out a way to cut it to make it look like it's less struggle. So now I feel like I'm sexy than a mug. You dig? Right, said Fred, what up? You dig? Yo, this is what it is, man. Care from the Port, the YouTube channel. I appreciate you. Thank you. I love all the comments, the likes, the shares, the laughing. Look, it's all meant for this. It's all meant for this. You know, no matter what you feel, this is the place to talk. I can't wait to get that Patreon fired up. Y'all let me know if y'all want to do some Patreon episodes. We're gonna sit and kick it for real. You know, I got a lot of stuff that, people gotta pay to hear me say it. I'm gonna start wilding. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna cap to you. I'm gonna start wilding. When this Patreon get up, I'm wilding. And I'm probably not bleeping names either. You dig? So be mindful of that. Made in the 1980s again. Made in the 1980s, the podcast. Friday, the audio drops in the morning. Saturday morning is when the video drops. You make sure you check that out. Also, if you haven't before, check out the First Black Champ podcast. That's where we talk wrestling. Even though one of these nights, I'm probably going to break down my top 10 or 20 favorite wrestling theme songs of all time. I think I owe y'all that. I think I owe y'all the updated version of that. What's my top 20 wrestling themes of all time? Yeah. I like how that felt when I said it. So, yeah, we're probably going to do that for real. And real soon. So, maybe we'll save it for a live. I look forward to you. Hey, listen, if you ever want to be a part of the Create-A-Thon, again, the link will always be available. Even though I do appreciate the fact that I can keep y'all entertained and talk on here, and y'all just let me cook. You know, that's important as well. You know, I'm inspired by Larry King. I'm inspired by actually even Stephen A. Smith, the guys that the one-man bands, the guys that can just sit here with the mic, talk, engage, and entertain you at the same time. Maybe you feel about me like you feel about Kendrick Lamar. Maybe you don't. Either way, IDGAF. Thank you so much again, man, for checking out night 2 of the CREATE-A-THON. I am Kent from the Port. You have been a blessing to me this evening, and know that always and consensually, it's love.